Nathan is here. Yay! Ho! Ho! Yay! Nathan's here.
Hello, everybody.
Go forward.
Hello, everybody. I want to tell you about a teacher, but not just a teacher. This teacher was one of the greatest teachers that I've met and learned under my life. And this all goes back to the 8th grade. Yep. And back in the 8th grade, this teacher, her name was Miss Jones. And the first time we walked in her class, she came in with a trench coat. It was a white trench coat. And we thought, or not we, I thought, but I assumed that everybody thought, that she was a scientist. But that all changed as I found out she was a math teacher. And back when we were doing our introductions and greetings, she looked very stern, disciplined, and she didn't look like a heartwarming teacher whatsoever. She looked at us and said, "Look at the two people near you." And I was like, "Okay." And she was like, "Those are your lab partners." And I was like, she is a mad scientist. And in my head, I was like, she's a crazy mad scientist, she looks mean, and she's gonna make this class terrible for me. At this time, I hated math so much, I didn't know how to do anything, and I just didn't want to do it. From here on out, she went up to the board and she started directing us on the first lesson that we were going to do. It was algebra. It was pretty simple, but to us, it was like trigonometry. It was terrible. But as she did this, she told us the lesson and said, "Okay, now with your lab partners, I want you to take up time and pick 3 subjects that you want to learn in this topic. And once you go home, I want you to learn by yourself without me and come back in class and teach each other. And also teach me." And I was like, this is new. This must be some psychology lab. She was sent to a university. And I was like, okay, let's see how to do this. I went home, I started, and this was the first time I actually picked up a book to read about the subject for math, because I didn't like reading about math. And I had so much trouble learning this. When I came to school, I looked at my lab partners, and I was like, I don't know how to do this. Do you guys know how to do this? They looked at me and said, nope, I didn't read much at all. And I was very pressured and stressed. She came up and came to each group. Ours was in the back, so we were going to be the last to present what we learned. So with all that, we were looking at our notes, scrambling, and thinking, okay, how are we going to present this to her? By the time she kept going through all the other groups and ended up to our group, we pulled off one of the best, well, not really, but we thought it was the best because we pulled everything out of our asses. And she looked interested and she was like, okay, that's interesting. Let me teach you about it. So instead of getting angry at us for not knowing what to do whatsoever and pulling it out of our asses, she understood us and she was like, okay, now with how you taught me this, I'm going to show you a little technique of mine. And
Yay! Ho! Ho! Clap, 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 clap. You have 1 sentence left. She was a great teacher because?
And she was a great teacher because she taught us to learn differently under a new system.
Excellent. Yeah! Woo! Oh, AJ, Nathan, that broke my heart. Just broke my heart.